Every day, we are reading in social media that people's RVs are getting stolen.
So in this video, we're going to give you 8 simple ways to greatly reduce the chance of your RV getting stolen.
So just a little background for many of you that may not know, Izzy's been a cop for 23 years. A lot of these things that we're going to talk about, they seem like common sense, but we see them happen all the time.
So what do we mean by common sense? Well, let's take a walk over here. And here's the thing, I see this all the time with regular motor vehicles. It seems like it's such a simple thing, but did you see? Do that again. Okay, open that door. Did anybody notice something that she did not have to do? If you didn't, you're really making yourself a target. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is very simple. Lock your doors.
The amount of people just in our area that we hear on the police blotters all the time, the cars are being stolen because not only do they leave the door open, they leave the key fob in the cars.
Oh, and they leave bonuses. They leave computers, they leave phones,
they leave
money.
presents.
It's like cookies on Christmas.
Put in the comments below, in the area where you live or travel, do you hear about this? This is very common in our area.
Very common. So yeah, this seems like common sense, but the first thing, if you have a motorized, even if you have a towable, lock your doors. Before we move on to the next preventative step, we want to thank the official sponsor of this video. It is RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. What is RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding? Well, they make RV-specific mattresses.
Amazingly comfortable.
As you know from the factory, most RV mattresses are pretty terrible. Ours was no different.
No, these are so comfortable. We actually have one on our RV, and we also got Jason one for home, and he loves it. His is super comfortable. They have other products too. Izzy has their cooling pillow, which she loves. They have weighted blankets, sheets, all different types of things. The cool thing is, especially with the mattresses, who knows if you like a mattress within a week, right? You have a 120-night sleep trial. Take a few months, see if you like it. If you don't, you can ship it back for free, and they have a 10-year warranty.
Now, they're made 100% in the USA, and the really cool thing is that they have different type of mattresses. So if you just like memory foam, like we have, perfect, firm mattress. They have coils. They have hybrid between memory and coils. They have cooling ones. There's so many choices. You just have to go to rvmattress.com/endless to check them out. And when you go there, use the discount code
endless,
and you get 20% off of your purchase. We absolutely love it. I mean, if you watch RV YouTube channels, they are all over with Brooklyn Bedding.
Good stuff.
For good reason, because they have one of the best RV mattresses out there. So before we move on to number 2, just speaking statistically, the most common RVs to get stolen are going to be towables. Why? Because they're the easiest to just hook up and leave. With that said, these guys behind us, they get stolen also. So you're not out of the woods here if you have motorized. So number 2, and this is not possible for everybody, but if it is possible for you, it's going to greatly reduce the chance that your RV gets stolen, is either parking at home, like we do, or parking in an indoor storage secured facility like an NARVC or many other ones that are out there. Why? First of all, if it's indoors and it's a secured facility, people don't even know the RV's there. It's locked. Many of them have gates around them. Many of them have big garage doors that you have to defeat. Cameras, if you're parked at home, well, it's at home. We have cameras at home. We live in an area where if you don't live here, there's no reason for you to be here. You're either here because you're lost or because you're up to something no good, or you're a delivery man. So those 2 things right there are going to greatly reduce the chance of your RV getting stolen. So the next one, very specific to if you have a towable. Common, these can be defeated depending on how much money you spend on them, but everything can be defeated. It's going to be a hitch lock. Now, we have a trailer that if you've watched our videos, we've talked about it, we've used it on other videos. Easily stolen, guys. So I have a simple hitch lock on here. This is by a company called TowSmart. Now, I know people are going to say that's easily defeatable. Yes, this is not as good as some other ones out there, but remember what I just told you before. We live in an area that is extremely quiet. Honestly, if it gets stolen, it gets stolen. It's insured, whatever. It would be very difficult for somebody to even come into this area, maneuver their way out, defeat this, drive out without being seen, because you would just stick out like a sore thumb. Additionally, if you just put some kind of lock on your pin connector here, again, it's another source. It just makes things more difficult.
I just have to say this. Who else, while he was talking, was enjoying his dance moves? Did you like the...
I get down like I'm surfing.
I like that. Number 4 is going to be, not going to be a pain in the butt. It's just something else to add to the list, but it can work, where you can disconnect your chassis battery, remove your chassis battery. So if you have a gasser, of course it's going to be up front. If you have a diesel, you're going to be in the back. But it's, again, another deterrent to, you know, you won't allow somebody to just drive off.
Yeah, and now some people may say, yeah, that's really annoying, and it can be. You can have a mechanic, this is very cheap to do, that wire up like a secret switch somewhere that will cut off your ignition, that you can't turn that vehicle on unless you flip that switch. What does that do? That makes it impossible to drive a motorhome away. If you have no electrical system, you cannot drive a motorhome away, and this can save you a lot of headache.
Number 5.
Very simple, very, very simple.
Just put your jacks down.
Now this applies both to motorized and towables. When we're talking about jacks, we're talking about on the towables, leveling or stabilizing jacks. You don't have to bear all the weight of your RV. I'm also talking about the power tongue jack if you have one.
Right.
What is this gonna do? If your jacks are down, you cannot drive.
You ain't going anywhere.
You can't drive that RV away. So imagine you're a criminal. You got into this facility. Nobody sees you. You cut through the fence, right? You got your cat suit on, cat burglar suit. You defeat the hitch lock, and now, crap, the jacks are down. Can you imagine what that looks like? Sparks flying, like that's calling attention. That will definitely get you pulled over. And this is something that thieves don't want. They want to just blend in
and be quick,
drive away. So very simple. Just put those jacks down enough that they're going to hit the ground, and you can't move your RV.
And as we're going along here, definitely we want to make sure that you type in your ways. We may have not hit them yet, but keep in mind.
All right, this is number 6, right? The 6th way that you can help prevent your RV from being stolen is going to be, you see, RVs have wheels. They're homes on wheels. If you immobilize this wheel, stick a chain through it with a lock, they have specific wheel locks, something that you can't drive this away. You can do this on a motorized also. You just want to remember that when you go to drive away, you don't forget to remove that wheel lock.
Number 7 is going to be put your slides out. Can you imagine seeing an RV going down the highway with the slides out? I see pictures like that sometimes. It is going to send up a red flag. It's going to make it a lot harder, especially if you're in like a tighter space, you know, to maybe get out. And along those lines, so say you're in a winter place, right? You're not lucky enough to live in the warm when it's cold out. I know people may be hesitant, but another thing that we do, and there's back and forth on this, but you can put a cover. Look, those covers are not easy to get off. Okay, so that is another deterrent in the cold weather. If you're enjoying the video so far, we invite you to hit the subscribe button below, hit the notification bell so you know exactly when we go live and release new videos. Also, we have a private Facebook group. We'd love you to join us. It's called Endless RVing, RVers Coming Together. And we have a free monthly newsletter. The link to that to sign up is in the description below.
The next one
is simple.
Very simple, but it is effective. Park another vehicle in front of your RV if it's possible. If it's possible. Again, we're just giving you different tools. The more of these tools you implement, the more layers you're going to have. But you know, if you just can put 1 or 2 of these tools, it's going to help. So when we are home, like I said, we live in a place that's very secure, but I park a vehicle right in front. Nellie ain't going anywhere. You have to move that vehicle, put it somewhere weird where we live because there's really nowhere, and then you have to maneuver this thing out after you break into it, after all our neighbors are going to see what is going on. If you're at a storage facility, put something that's heavy and annoying in front of that RV. Now you always have to prepare for the worst case scenario.
Oh no, you took your glasses off. Oh yeah, you don't want to disappoint people.
You always have to prepare for the worst case scenario. If for some reason you've implemented all these tools, or you didn't implement any of these tools and your RV was stolen, you can't change that RV was stolen. The next step is you're going to want to know immediately when that RV was stolen. How can you know? And let me reiterate on that. You want to know where that RV is heading to and where that RV is. How can you do this? A GPS tracker. Now, there are many different opinions out there on GPS trackers. I happen to work with GPS trackers very regularly. I'm going to tell you right now, a Apple, what do they call it? AirTags? Is not a GPS tracker. Now, it is something. How that works is it has a Bluetooth radio in it. You drop it somewhere. It does not emit a cellular signal. It does not emit it doesn't read GPS satellites. It only emits Bluetooth, and it is only effective if another iOS device is in the area. I will also tell you, if that iOS device is not the device that's originally linked to, it will alert that person that there is an air tag in the area. So you're telling the potential thief that yes, there are air tags in here. A GPS works very differently. So a GPS tracker, we have one by a company called WearSafe. They're very good. It does live tracking. So it uses cellular and it uses GPS. GPS to give you the coordinates of where this RV is going to be. Cellular to communicate that to you via an app or an online application. And when I say it's a live tracker, is that it will speak to me proactively and I can speak to it. So when we're at home, we have a geofence set up. If Nelly enters or exits that geofence, both myself and MJ immediately get text messages and emails. When we take our RV out to some kind of facility, whether it's to repair, whatever, someplace that we know now it's potentially higher risk, I set up a geofence around that area, and if it leaves that area, I know, and I want to know. And once it leaves that area, I know exactly where that GPS is going. These are very inexpensive, guys. You're talking like $200 for the unit and $12 a month to monitor. We also have a discount code ENDLESS10. We'll put it below. You go over to WearSafe, you can pick one up. This is very cheap peace of mind for what is becoming very expensive toys in RVs.
So this is specifically, this is a little bonus for you, specifically for motorized RVs. Now, this is so prevalent today, and it has been for months. We've been hearing about it. It's every day on Facebook, in groups you'll hear about it, is that people are getting their catalytic converters stolen. And it's not just RVs. I mean, it's
RVs bring in a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And here's the thing, people might say, well, that'll never happen to me, until it happens to you. And is it as bad as an RV getting stolen? No, but I would tell you, we'll tell you why it kind of sucks. Number one, your RV will kind of be unusable, although if you use it,
it's very loud.
Very loud. Yes, it can be replaced. The catalytic converter can be replaced. Your insurance will pay for it. The problem is it's often months before you can get a new one. Now, we did a video talking about catalytic converter thefts. We'll link it above. One thing we use is it's a company called Catstrap. Very inexpensive. And I know in the comments we're going to get, well,
this can be defeated with a grinder.
Anything can be defeated. The reality is, I've seen this many times, the Sawzall is the choice because of its flexibility. And most of the thieves, they want to hit a bunch of catalytic converters in one shot.
So they want quick.
They want a lot so they can sell it quickly.
Right.
The Catstrap will make it much more difficult to remove that catalytic with a Sawzall.
And also, along with that,
there's an alarm.
Yeah, deterrent. You have this alarm that is piercing.
It sucks.
That, and so if, say they hit the RV first that has the cat strap on it, they're done, because now you have this alarm going. There's going to be attention coming, and it just ends their job completely, which is actually good.
There's even better ways of defense. You can have a cage welded around. You can have all kind of things done. All how much you want to spend, how much work you want to put into it. But this is very simple. DIY, do it at home. It's very inexpensive. It's under $300, and we've had it. And they have a lot of success with the Catstrap.
Yep. We just talked to the guys from Catstrap at the Hershey RV show, and they said a lot of people, RVers, are getting this as a deterrent. And a lot of you in comments in past videos, and we saw you at the show, told us that you got it and it's worked really, really well, and how easy it was to install.
Yeah, so let us know. Have you bought it? Put it in the comments below. So in the comments below, let us know, what do you use as a deterrent from having your RV stolen? Have you had an RV stolen? Have you had a catalytic converter stolen, which is probably the most likely?
Well, one of our insiders did, the Evans.
Couple of them.
Yep.
Couple of them have, of our subscribers have told us. So put all that in the comments below, and also share what you do to prevent some kind of theft of your RV. And don't put a Glock 45. That doesn't even make sense, because these things happen when people are not around. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.